Good morning, family. Happy Saturday. Thank you all for the birthday love and wishes yesterday. It was truly a special day, and that's thanks to all of you who helped make my day feel even more special. I love you all. I'm very blessed. Okay, that being said, I wanted to go over the bombshell that happened last week. And I am talking about when Lex Wexner testified in a hearing before Congress Oversight Committee. If you all don't know who Lex Wexner is, he is CEO of Victoria's Secret and I believe Bath and Body Works. He is an unindicted co-conspirator in the Epstein files, meaning he is involved in this as Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know why he's still running free. And a fun fact about Lex, and I'm going to link it in the comments. This stuff is so wild. The conspiracy theorists have known this, but it's so wild that it's like a demonic horror movie, but it's real life. Okay, this Lex Wexner had bragged in 1985 in a New York Magazine interview that he had a demonic possession, that he has a demon spirit that drives his pursuit of power. He said this out in the open in 1985. When they tell you what they are, believe them. They've been putting it right in front of our face, and we're just so desensitized, we would think they were joking. I don't know, it'd go over our head. But he said it in an interview that he is driven by a demonic power. And I will link that in the comments out of his own mouth. Okay, so he testified last week. And once again, Jasmine Crockett was really trying to get something on Trump. He had nothing, but that wasn't the main bombshell. I mean, what else is new? When the witnesses under oath going back from before Trump was president, they all testified nothing with Donald Trump. They never saw him at the island or hurting any children. Okay. But what he did testify is that the Rothschilds were the ones financing Epstein. And I'm going to link that testimony in the comments. I mean, that's not a bombshell for most of us. We've known that the Rothschilds are the head of the snake, if you will. But it got testified right out there in a congressional hearing. Conspiracy, no more. I would never even discuss it with you all if it wasn't now open for public consumption. It is a wild time to be alive and see God just uncover all these hidden things. So I repeat, the Rothschilds are the head of the snake. So we need to see the Rothschilds. I don't know their names. I think there's a Ellie Rothschild, that are still operating now. That would be the head of the snake to cut off and hold accountable. Les Wexner should not be walking free. He is a co-conspirator. Bill Gates. I think we're going to see it, you all. I'm still standing firm that we didn't come this far and all this being shown for public consumption to not bring us into a phase of justice. And I do understand those of you who don't believe it. We're weary. We're a darkness has been exposed. I think it's affecting all of us. I mean, how could it not? And I would just want to encourage you. Again, I say it all the time. In light of what I just told you about this Lex Wexner had been openly saying he's driven by a demonic spirit. Many of them have just said that out in the open. I remember Katy Perry saying she signed her name in blood and made a deal with the devil, and we all laughed at it. They're telling us what they are. So if it is a spiritual battle, if it is Satan that is driving them, and it is. Our number one weapon is prayer. Please, if you are a praying person, cry out to God for justice on these wicked doers. Cry out to God for protection over the ones who are putting their whole lives on the line to take on this beast. There are some that we know them, they're out in the open. You know, I believe Donald Trump is the face of this. He's laid it all on the line. I believe this is the whole reason he ran for president. There are others, we don't know their names. They're behind the scenes. They need prayer. This is a spiritual battle. The bowels of hell have been opened before our eyes. And these people are facing this head on. So please pray. Pray, pray, pray. That is our number one weapon. And I wanted to end with this. I actually agree for one time with the women at The View. They have been named in the Epstein file. They insist that their names are only in there because they went to a party. And even though they have not given Donald Trump the same courtesy, and they wanted to throw him right under the bus, I'm not going to do that to them. I will give the women of The View the same benefit of the doubt I want to give Donald Trump or anyone else. Just because their names were mentioned by Epstein in an email or they attended a party out in the public, not at the island, it does not mean they hurt children. As much as I don't care for the women of at The View, I disagree with their viewpoints. I am not going to accuse them of rape, torture, and trafficking of children unless there's a lot more evidence than just their names mentioned in an email. And I pray we would give everybody that courtesy. But there are some that are guilty as sin, and Lex Wexner and the Rothschilds are among those. And I pray we see justice rain down. I pray it's coming quick. I pray it's coming quick. The masses are weary. You can't show us this manner of evil against children, little babies, and not bring us to a phase of justice. And that's what I'm praying for. Anyways, I love you all so much. Continue to pray. It's our number one weapon. Jesus loves you. So do I.